I'm Julie. I'm 58 years old, menopausal, and before I came to OnTrack, had an awful lot of mobility issues. I've been using a mobility scooter for the last 3 years. I got some injuries just before COVID that didn't get treated properly. It's the same old story I know that loads of people have been through, and it just snowballed into a lack of mobility, weight gain, lack of confidence, everything just got to a terrible state. So in desperation, at the end of last year, I Googled sort of like some wellbeing retreats, and OnTrack came up, and I thought, oh, that's not for me, that's far too much physical, walking and all that sort of thing. I can barely stand, let alone walk. So I emailed or registered for a brochure, and the lovely Kate gave me a ring and absolutely assured me completely that they'd make everything doable for me, and that it would do me, that they could make anything, make it possible for me to be able to do stuff. And so I signed up there and then, and I've come along, and I can honestly say, for me, I don't know if anybody else is the same, it was a bit of a hit or miss. I thought, if within these 2 weeks I don't feel better and my mobility doesn't improve, then this is me. I've got to get used to being a disabled person for the rest of my life. And that would have been something for me to get my head around as well. But I also knew that there'd be people on the course that could help me with that as well, because there was sort of like counselling, I could get counselling and things like that. So I thought it was a win-win all the way. And so I came along, and I've had absolutely, I can't tell you, I've spent most days in tears, because I've achieved something new every day. I can now do, on Friday I could barely stand when I got here. On Friday I did 100 squats. Okay, not consecutively, but over the course of time I did 100 squats. The exercise regime that they set you to is really, it's achievable, but it's also tough. You really do, sort of like get your heart rate going and get your blood pumping and stuff. The staff are amazing. Joe, the PT, and Kellyanne, they're fantastic in making sure that everybody does everything that they need to. They're not going to hurt themselves, because there's people from all ages, all walks of life, and all different types of mobility, and all weights as well. I want to make that clear. There's, people that come and you've got a lot of weight to lose, then that's fine. And there's people that come that haven't got a lot of weight to lose, but it works for everybody. The food is beautifully prepared, fabulous ingredients. Not all of it has been to my taste, but you're never going to please all the people all the time anyway. But what I've taken from it is portion control. I didn't realise that I didn't feel that I don't think I'm a greedy person, but I didn't realise that I didn't need half of what I eat to survive on, really. The portions have been ample, and I've never felt hungry the whole time. Not felt at all hungry. They give you lots of snacks, and it's education as well. You have 2 sessions with a nutritionalist, and she teaches you and explains to you what the diet is. That's what a lot of people have said as well, which I've really enjoyed, is it's joined up. Everybody, like the nutritionalist that gives you the sessions, has actually had input into putting the meals together. So she understands what you're eating and then can explain why those meals have been constructed. So even though you might think, oh, why have they done that? That doesn't seem a bit random. But actually the reason for it is because you need to have some protein with this, and you need to have that with that, to be able to fill you up and to give you the energy, so that, so everything, I think I've come away from it a stone lighter after 2 weeks. I don't know how many centimetres, I can't remember that, but I'll find out that. And completely much more aware of eating what I need to eat to be able to maintain a good diet, because I've been on a diet all my life, and look how successful it's been, and that's it. Dieting doesn't help. It's understanding what food you can and can't eat, and that it's okay to have a bacon sandwich every now and again, as long as it's only every now and again. And that, so overall it's been a fantastic experience. I'm going to come back again. I'm going to do another week later on in the year, just to give me another little sort of like push, because I'm sure I might fall off the straight and narrow a little bit. But I've really enjoyed it, and I'm also taking the advantage of the aftercare as well. So Joe's done me a plan for when I go back home of what I'm going to do. He's going to ring me once a week. I can get in touch with him if there's anything I'm not sure of. So that's going to be really useful as well. So that's good, because it's nice to know that you're not, because you get a bit institutionalised when you've been here for 2 weeks, and you think, oh my God, the outside world, what's that going to be like? So it's nice to know that there's somebody that understands me that's going to be able to help. So overall, yeah, I'd recommend it. Whatever you're feeling, if you've got the time and you've got the money, then do it, because you won't regret it.
Thank you so much.